So in last video, we saw what is a tangential component of E and D. That is E tan which is equal to 0 and D tan which is equal to epsilon naught into E tan which is equal to 0 because E tan equal to 0. So at the boundary of between the conductor and free space, at the boundary, the tangential component of field and flux density are 0. We can say that tangential component of field and flux density are 0. So next we will obtain, so we have obtained tangential component. Now we obtain the normal component of E and normal component of flux density. For that, I am considering flux density. Previously to obtain tangential component, I considered electric field intensity, and to obtain the normal component, I am using the flux density. So first I will obtain what is the normal component of flux density. Then using the relation between flux density and field intensity, I will obtain what is the normal component of field intensity. For this, I am considering the flux density in this direction. So at this point, I am considering, and I am considering tangential component of D and D as D tan and Dn. So using Gauss law, I am finding what is the Dn for this. Using Gauss law, I am finding what is Dn for this surface. So for use Gauss law, I have to consider a Gaussian surface. Here I am considering a Gaussian surface which is in the right cylindrical shape. So I am considering Gaussian surface which is in the right cylindrical shape. So which is having the height of delta H and the surface area of that as delta S. And surface area of the top surface and bottom surface is delta S, and height of the cylinder is delta H, and the radius of this cylinder is considered as R. The radius of the cylinder is considered as R. Now, according to Gauss law, we can write the surface integral of d dot ds which is equal to q. The surface integral of d dot ds is equal to q. But here, in a cylinder, we have total 3 surfaces. One is the top surface of the cylinder, bottom surface of the cylinder, and the sides of the cylinder, that is lateral surface of the cylinder. Here the top surface is in the free space and bottom surface is in the conductor. The top surface is in the free space and bottom surface is in the conductor. So as you know, the property of the conductor is inside the conductor the field intensity and flux density are equal to 0. Inside the conductor, field intensity and flux density are equal to 0. So first, now I told this cylindrical surface is split into 3 surfaces. One is top surface, bottom surface and lateral surface. So I can split this integral into 3 parts. So the integral corresponding to top surface, and integral corresponding to bottom surface, and integral corresponding to lateral surface. So I can write integration of d dot ds with respect to top surface plus integration of d dot ds with respect to bottom surface plus integration of d dot ds with respect to lateral surface, which is equal to total charge enclosed in the surface. But if you observe here, this bottom surface is in the conductor side. So according to property of the conductor, the flux density in the conductor is 0. So we can take at the bottom surface this integral as 0. At the bottom surface, this integral at this bottom surface is 0. So the integral related to bottom surface, that is d dot ds, which is equal to 0. So because it's in the conductor. Now I have to analyze the what is a normal component at the boundary, not with the some height. So I have to take this delta H should be very small value. So I can take the delta H tends to 0 because I have to analyze the what is the flux density and field intensity at the boundary. So this delta H should be very small value. So I am taking delta H tends to 0 and delta H tends to 0. So I can write this delta S tends to 0. So, and we know that what is the surface area of this lateral surface? The surface area of cylinder can be given by 2 pi into r into height. So, what is height? height is delta h. So delta h tends to 0. So I can write area as 2 pi r into delta s. So delta s tends to 0, then what is area? Area becomes 0. So 2 pi, this area of the surface area of lateral sides of the cylinder will become 0. So if the area is 0, then this lateral side d dot ds will become 0. I will take this as equation 3. Now what is the left? Only the top surface, the surface corresponding to top surface is remaining. So if the top surface is normal to this normal component, so dn is normal to this surface area. So I can take the flux density component, the flowing in this area is dn, so which is taken as dn, and it is taken as constant. If you take as a constant, then we can take this d from outside of the integration. So I can write the integration of top with respect to top surface d dot ds, which is equal to dn into top, the integration with respect to top surface into ds. So what is the area at the top surface is delta s. So this equation will become dn into delta s. I will take this as equation 4. Now substituting 4 and 3 in equation 2, in this equation, so you will get dn into delta s, which is equal to q. I will take this as equation 5. But as a property of the conductor, we know that the charges will align on the surface of the conductor. Charges will align on the surface of the conductor, form a surface charge distribution. So I can write the q is equal to, in terms of surface charge density, I can write q is equal to rho s into delta s. I can write rho s into delta s. So equating this equation 5 and equation 6, so I can write rho s into delta s is equal to dn into delta s. So I can write the normal component of flux density, which is equal to the surface charge density. Normal component of flux density, which is equal to surface charge density. And by using the relation between the flux density and electric field intensity, I can write d is equal to epsilon naught E. So using this relation, I can find En is equal to rho s by epsilon naught. If you substitute, so in the place of d, so we can write E is equal to d by epsilon. So in the place of d, substitute rho s. So En is equal to rho s by epsilon naught. So this is the normal component of the flux density and normal component of field intensity in a boundary between the conductor and free space. Now instead of free space, if I have a dielectric material, means in free space the permittivity of the free space is epsilon is equal to epsilon naught. But when there is a dielectric, the permittivity will change from epsilon naught to epsilon naught into epsilon r. So for a dielectric material, it is epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r, which is the absolute permittivity into relative permittivity. For a free space, it is epsilon naught. So now this equation will change. The tangential component is given by d tan, which is equal to E tan, which is equal to 0, and dn is rho s, and En is equal to rho s by epsilon, which is equal to rho s by epsilon naught into epsilon r, because the medium will change from free space to dielectric material. In dielectric material, the permittivity is equal to absolute permittivity into relative permittivity. For a free space, relative permittivity is equal to 1. So we can say that the flux density in a boundary between the free space and conductor, it is equal to the surface charge density, and in the field intensity, normal component of field intensity is directly proportional to the inversely proportional to the relative permittivity of the medium. And to summarize this boundary condition, the tangential component of the field and flux density is 0, and the normal component of the flux density is equal to the surface charge density of the vector. So E tan is equal to D tan, which is equal to 0, and dn is equal to rho s, and En is equal to rho s by epsilon. Epsilon is, for free space, epsilon is equal to epsilon naught, and for dielectric material, epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r. in next video we will see what is the boundary condition that is the field and electric field in a between two dielectric mediums. If you have two perfect dielectric medium, what is the field intensity and flux density in between that medium? We will see in the next video. Thank you.